And then we get kids who are kids abusers. People today, these kid abusers, I'm going to say, like homosexuality, intimidation, they do averos or get involved with, let's say, other religions, or do who knows what to do, bad things. Everything is pushed in. What can I do? Environment, my friends, I'm okay. My friends are no good. And the Nochash did it. The other person, dumping it on the guilt on everybody else. I'm okay. The other one's no good. My father, my brother, my Rebbe, my friend, my circumstance, my school. You know what I mean? And the healthy person says, rake off, Or the healthy person says, let's try to work with the environment. Let's change. Let's move. Let's see what I can do. Because Torah is chayim, Torah is life, the world is a positive thing. That God gave us rachim and chesed to go forward, to gain the most out of life. And the other position is wrong, as if there are laws. What can I do? I'm stuck in religion. I'm religious already, but my kids, I'd rather have my kids have freedom, go to college, have a little fun, let the buttons open on the top, let this happen, that happen. You know what I mean? Let's take a particular case. Let's talk about tzitzis. Got to play basketball. Tzitzis, hot outside. Wow, this is a hard law, tzitzis. Well, the Rabbanan didn't really mean that I should sweat and dirty my body and dirty my tzitzis. I'll take it off for a while, hang it up on the side, and I'll look at it like the Tzedukim look on the tzitzis over there. I'll play the ball, and I'll look it over there, and I'll play it on the wall. I'll play. Everything's good. Okay. So they played it. What?
9 days with the shower.
9 days with the showers. I'll dirty my clothing. I try to take it off. So they're kids. So they're little kids. What do? They look and they say, "What? My father, when he plays basketball, let's see where it sits. Takes it off. No problem. No. When I'll play with the Arabs, now I'll take off my tzitzis. No, off goes his tzitzis. Hi, my father's in the kollel. Don't worry, I'm okay. My father learns in the kollel, Mesiras Nefesh. I got a special line to God. My father will pray for me. Everything okay? He'll put me in new yeshivas. He'll make me a black coat and black hat, and I'll be okay. I'll fit in the line. Right now, this is too hot. That's it. I got to play ball. Catch a kid. Where's your tzitzis today? Tzitzis. Wow, I only have one pair. I'm a poor boy. My father's in a kollel. Can't afford a pair of tzitzis. I had to give it to the washman. He's washing it. It's happening. No tzitzis. Now let's see your tzitzis. How many strings are tzitzis? Well, I don't know. Years ago they used to put blue colors on it. How many strings do you have? Well, just ripped the other day. I only got 2 strings. Bidi Eved. Well, it looks like tzitzis. I'm only mechiyav on chinuch anyway. You know what I mean? It's my father's obligation, not mine anyway. My father's a bad. I'm okay. My mother, you know. You know what I mean? Okay. So we'll let the tzitzis slip by. And we'll let the tzitzis slip by. And then we see a kid, a good kid. These laws in school are terrible. My purpose in school is to break the tables, break the windows. Okay, I'm a cutting anyway. My father says I don't have to pay for me. He removes responsibilities in the kollel. He's a poor guy. He learns to hold it along. The school is no good. Teachers are bad. That's a very bad place. Don't go to that school. You're only going for sacrificing for the rabbi. Anyway, it's a bad place, no good. Your bad friends, no good. What do you got to do in school? Break the place down. You got to destroy the place. A mitzvah to break things for the kids. Hear their parents break the place. And the mother says, don't go to that school. It's very bad. Bad. No good. Arab. Okay. And come to school. They break the tables, break the chairs. You know what I mean? And who are you going to ask? My father says, Father, I'm a tzaddik. I don't have to pay for my kids. Pigyos and raw. And then the kids, look, what are you going to do to me anymore? You're going to punish me? Yeah, I'll take the punishment. What are you going to give me? A slap, a punch? You're going to take me a lot of food. You know what I mean? It's a free-fall healthcare, you know? So what are you doing? The kids are destroying property. No human relation, no care for property is a big shiur. Big shiur. A lot of destroy property, stuck up property. Other people, their parents care. They get a bill. What will they say? Not my child. The other child. He instigated. He did it. Not mine. My kid. Did you prove it? Bring me 2 witnesses. These witnesses are not. He's like, I need gedolim. I can't have a little 2 witnesses of little kids on witnesses. I got to have gedolim. And the teachers anyway. He's anyway no ged b'davar, and that's the whole problem. He hates my son anyway. It's no good. He wants to hang the kid. That's the problem, right? You know what I mean? And I have another guy. What's the difference if my teacher has a kippah sruga or a regular kippah? As long as he teaches in Torah, big teacher, no difference. And then we have all these other problems coming. And so when these kids look at the Torah, they look at the school is bad, the rules are bad, the rules are no good, chukim aren't good, because the school is bad, somehow it's no good, the rules of the Torah are no good, and anything is, it's only punishment, it's only rules, it's regulations. Do the kids see in the laws of the Torah that it's rachamim, it's chesed? They feel that the rules of Shabbos has another than a Shabbos with their food, you get candy bags, you train them Shabbos. But do they feel the rules of the Torah, davening and tzitzis and not to destroy the people's property and the laws of nezek and the laws? Do they feel that it's really the right way, the positive way of living? And it's really chesed, it's shalom, it's rachamim, and it's wonderful things, and that's the essence of life. Shalom. Okay, he hit me. Okay, shalom, shalom. You know, we'll make my friend, but damn it, because my kick on the side after says shalom. As he goes out, they beat each other, pinch each other, but they make shalom for the father. Do they feel that shalom is an integral part of the laws of the Torah? And it's really the essential aspect that God wants at chesed is really, how can you live without chesed? What is life without chesed, rachamim, and shalom? Is that an integral, positive, healthy view of the kids, of the parents, the kids, mothers, brothers? According to the Rambam, I mean, I feel it's an essential quality in teaching the children or teaching the parents or the wife that the Almighty, when He created these wonderful laws, tznius, in the summer, learning Torah, mitzvahs, is rachamim and chesed and shalom. What can be greater? It's an integral, essential part of it. It's not forced, and it's not rules and regulations and hard things. It's a lachatchila position. This is what life is about. That's life. That's life. Not chukim lo tovim mishpatim. Parents are no good. Teachers are no good. I hate this. I hate that. That's not good. I hate that. That bothers me. I can't stand that. There's no justice. Terrible people, religious people, religious people over there. The Satmar, the Hasidim, this, the Rav Shachar, and the Baba. Any word that comes out of your mouth is always lo tovim. Every rabbi, someone along is lo tov. There's goods and bads, but somehow a lot of lo tovim. A lot of the laws, lo tovim, ancient laws, archaic laws. That's what it was against reform. What's reform? They say lo tovim, we got to modernize it. It's not good enough. Because why is that because? Same thing, lo tovim. They're not right. They're sticking. Okay, so what's the halacha? What's the problem? The problem is a halachic shaila, not an emotional problem. The reason why the girl has to wear here or over here, what's the nafka mean? What does the nafka mean? Is she yes halachically, but which part? Which is more tznius, not tznius, a halachic problem, it's an actual problem. But it was an emotional problem. I can't take this. I was talking to I had my kids when they were younger, some of the kids. So they had to wear neckties and shirts. I can't. I would put my finger here and I'll show there's two fingers sitting here. There's 6 unions there. Like, okay, I can't. How can I do it? Right? And all the kids wanted to do it. I can't choke that. And my friends don't do it. All the Yishalmis have it open. Why do I have to have that neck like this? Talking about boys, not girls. Talking about boys, not girls. So if it's an emotional problem, you feel there's a break, and there's something, emotion is bothering, these laws can't be. So there's a real problem. You have to check that out. If you say, yes, these laws can be, and I feel calm, the only thing is, I would feel better, and it would be more relaxing, more menuchas hanefesh, and I can get more work done if this was open and that, or whatever it is. That's a better position. What's the halachic thing? And I'm ready to do everything, and I'm listening, and I'm there. But Abba, I don't know. I see this. Some people have it open. Some people. What is the halacha there? What I like to do, maybe it is, but there's no an emotional push and shove in the problem. What I like, what I don't like. I like this and I don't like that. That's a real hard problem. These are my religious friends. These are not good friends. These are cool people. These are bad people. You know what I mean? We got all these stamps. So you have to always look when you see the child or yourself or your wife or who knows what, and they started to talk. You have to check. What do you have to check? Guys, don't sleep on me, everybody. You have to check. How do you look at life? What's happening in life? Do you look at the mitzvahs? What's happening? Is anything happening philosophically here? Is it a local issue? Is it a halachic issue? A suffix, the dina? What's a suffix? What's happening over it? What's the problem over it? Is it an understanding of what life is? They feel there's no justice, no more. What's happening? What's happening? Do they feel the chukim on good, bad, no justice? What's the underlining line? Or they feel the Torah is rachamim, good? That's wonderful. Whatever the Torah says, it's racham, it's good. Adarabba. I'm going to find kaf schus for HaKadosh Baruch. I'm going to find kaf schus for the Bnei Brak people. I'll find kaf schus for the other people, why they do what they do. After I find kaf schus, then I'll see. Maybe it's good. I just want to make a statement. It's recorded. I'm going to say, I don't feel in any way that our kids, if they play with the Arabs, it's a good thing in one sense that they hold human beings are equal. They want to play, have fun. Let's go away. They don't have prejudice. Okay, we don't like the idea for whatever reasons. We have our political reasons. Okay, that's we're different. We learn Torah. They don't learn Torah. They're Jews. We're Jews. Okay, because we want to get our kids a little more that we know we're different. Okay. But if we come to the Arabs and we want to start up with them with sticks, come on, we call them names. But I mean, that's another story. We play them with instigating to beat us up and hurt us. That's another story. That's those gruos. That you have to watch out for those kids. The kids are destructive. And they're starting to get in wild. The rules there. This is a real serious problem. The parents have to see what happened. Where's the discipline? If the kid's supposed to leave at 5 o'clock and get the bus at 5 and they have taiva for 6 o'clock game, then we have to run and get them. And we get them, they run around. There's no discipline, no respect for law, no care. Really a serious thing to handle. So it's my job to make sure and to get the tzitzis checked. Let's find out. I went to the Misrata years ago, and sure enough, I made it tzitzis. I didn't make it purposely, but it was the summer months I gave up. I saw the Mankala Misrata not going to. So I asked him. He says, listen, he says, this guy was caught with a woman in another woman. It was in a newspaper. No secret woman. He said, listen, he says, Director General Mr. What is it? Not Dr. Khan. Dr. Khan, he doesn't worry about women and his problems. He doesn't have no. What?
He wears tzitzis.
What?
He wears tzitzis.
He wears tzitzis. Puts on tefillin for a second. He's a European type. Just made davens quick, 3 seconds. But that's what he does. Puts on his tefillin. He's there. He has his thing. He does it. But so I caught the guy. I said to the guy, no. I've got his answer against it. Some answers. Listen, he says. I forgot what he said. I forgot the answer. The answer is not that. Look, because I work for the Ministry of Religion doesn't do I'm religious or not. I'm not a rabbi. No, he says, I'm not a rabbi. Something like that. I'm not a rabbi. So I don't have, so what? Then I checked out in Misrata Datan how many people work there and don't wear tzitzis. The reason why I'm thinking I'm talking about tzitzis, I told him that because I worry what's happening with Shmuel. Shmuel's not around. So she did a long life.
Saw him about a week ago.
Oh, they're all good, Baruch Hashem. He used to come around selling tzitzis. We gotta buy more tzitzis. Maybe somebody else has to take his place to sell tzitzis around town. What?
He was selling.
He was selling it. He doesn't sell anymore, doesn't he? He's sick. He's in bed sleeping. Anyway.
You don't buy enough to make it.
No, that's not that. So you have to be makbid on small things. I told the story, I told it this morning, I repeat it again, I wanted to record it. I went to, my kid, Yisrael, went to Chinuch Hatzmoi, the first grade. Out, learning Aleph Beis how to read. He comes to me and he says, listen, Abba, I want to leave Chinuch Hatzmoi, I want to go to Kamenetz Yeshiva. It's more religious, go pay us, go to the mikveh. You want to be, I said, okay. Because he says in the streets, he told me he was a little kid. If you're religious, you go to Cheder. If you're not religious, you go to Chinuch. I said, well, I'm religious, boy, I want to go to. So I take him up. Okay, finish off the year. We'll take you over to take him over. And Kamenetz refused to take him. So I had to see my friend. My friend's Kamenetz, an American guy. He said, listen, you can't take him. Once you go to Chinuch Hatzmoi, your kid's up because. He says, what do you mean? Just learn Aleph Beis, learn how to read. What's the problem? I, in America, used to raise money for Chinuch Hatzmoi. Rav Aaron Kotler said, raise money for Chinuch Hatzmoi. What did he raise money for? So that's what the Sparta, not for us. That's help them out. Okay. Those are the words, I'm telling you. I couldn't understand. I'm collecting Chinuch Hatzmoi. I used to not myself raise money. Rav Aaron Kotler passed on Chinuch Hatzmoi. We're raising money. We're talking about Chinuch Hatzmoi. No, that's up, of course. Okay. So, but I'll tell you what, if you can get two rabbis, I pressed them hard, if you give me two rabbis who will agree that your son can come to Kamenetz, it's okay. Who are the two rabbis? You're limited. Was Rambam Blau and Rabbi Yeshiva Salavim. Okay. So, naturally, 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, I knock on the door of Blau, naturally, 1 o'clock in the morning. I learned late. He gets up. He was married that time with that Yoris. And I talked to him about an hour. He says, yeah. Chinuch Hatzmoi is a precursion. Oived Hashem Bermiyah, playing with the kids day and night, blah, blah. A whole list of adjectives, adverbs, chazal. I don't know. Because your kid is gone, finished, terrible. There's no place for tshuva. Tshuva. Okay, there's a chance. Okay. So you brought out paper, the tshuva. Come to Chinuch Hatzmoi, to Kamenetz. I went to Yeshiva Salavim. Same story. Chinuch Hatzmoi. Chinuch Hatzmoi. Terrible place. Okay. Again, I say the same story. Tshuva. Okay. Good. I twisted his arm. I talked about other things. Many things I talked about. Okay, he agrees 100%. He throws himself in. To Kamenetz. Good, wonderful. I got a bracha for him, the kid's going to turn out okay, it won't affect him, it will help him. Got a bracha there. Went to see the guy. He went to Kamenetz. He stayed there for a while. We moved, and then I had to move to another school. Because I had to take 3 buses. I couldn't make 3 buses for little kids. There was another reason why I don't want to talk to rabbis, another story. So I moved them to Chinuch Hatzmoi. I got to Chinuch Hatzmoi. I go to the best Chinuch Hatzmoi. They say, we can't take your kids to the school. They went to Kamenetz. They went there. We don't take those kids. Those kids they don't belong to our sub. They're the wrong kids. We refuse to take them there. Went to Cheder, holy Cheder. How can they don't take the kids in? No way. They can't take the kids in. No way you can take those kids in. They'll ruin our school. Ruin our school. Kids. They want they want to learn Torah. They don't know anything about Torah. What are they going to do? No, they'll ruin the school. This is true story. I left them myself. I came to me, pressed them hard. And they says, okay, it's against my better judgment. I really don't want those kids. We don't want Cheder kids. We never take Cheder kids in. They're the worst kids. I'm never going to say that. But there won't be, in their concept, Talmidei Chachamim, the same story the other way around. Won't be Talmidei Chachamim. And he said, well, take an example. He gave me 3 examples. First of all, your kids cover the books. Books. Okay, they bring books. Do they cover the books? No, they put, matafot. Paper. Second thing is, do they write a yoman? The kids, The third thing I can't, did they come on time? Don't worry. What was the three things? We're going to try it out. They can't do that. As if he said to me, and I explained, I didn't understand what the chayda was, because until I got to chinuch hatzmoi. I'm talking Shabtai for you, only for you, for your kid, your Shmuel. I'm talking, for nobody else. Listen carefully. I'm talking seriously. I'm talking very seriously. I'm not talking about nobody else. And he has to think of his kid. I think of your kid. I'm not talking about wasting time. So I understood then what's the difference philosophy in the two systems. Their system is called a school. A school is books on time. Bring it a little further. Torah is a subject. You have to have a tachlis, you have to become a rabbi, a lawyer, a doctor. Again, you have to look for sudar, etc. It's a whole. This is only a part of a whole life. Heda means what? You got to get the love of the Torah, freedom, a little more. You do what you want, no examinations, etc. Okay. How many kids know, really know, don't know? We don't care. It's a whole different philosophical world. Everything, every little piece is like a whole point. What I want to bring out is, you may say tzitzis, what tzitzis taken off his head? What does that mean? What does it mean playing with the air? What does it mean breaking the tables? What does it mean? It's not the kid breaking the tables. All kids break tables. But if we'll take it and we bring it further, not caring about personal, as a lawyer, not caring about personal property, not having self-worth, who you are, what you are, selfish, and whatever you're going to do, gaiva, whatever it may be, not chesed. So you're building up your chinuch of your kid the way you do. You have to be very careful how you build your kid up, and everything has to be watched and weighed. There's no chokhmah and eitz of the word Keneged Hashem. There's no, whatever you put in comes out. I, in a community sense, have to be makbid. You got to make sure tzitzis. Can't break things. It's not really, it's a legal's problem. And it comes really to another part, and this is what I come to here for. There are certain parts that come out philosophically. A shaila in apikursus or not. Our Torah is Torah good, positive, chesed, kindness, or is it really, is it apikursus? Can't move, it's pressing me. Religion is too tough. I gotta have freedom, space. I need to relax. Now, if we'll ask. This is like a Freudian slip, like you have handwriting at a certain sign. These are like Freudian slips. So where do you guys home? Where the kids home, the parents home. Whatever you do or whatever you say, that's what it's about. So you have to check. I'm not saying what you do. You have to check yourself. And you have to see, is it a positive, lie, real? And you have to know the balance when you're or not, and what has to be done. And you have to do it constantly. It doesn't stop once. That's what constantly together. The Torah is a chai b'hem, to live with them. Anything else but the chai b'hem svara is like apikursus. You're hitting a jugular vein. When they see the goyim, Chazal can say, all the goyim are kofir. Because chukim lo toiv. A goy feels he's damned, doomed, depressed. What happened in the world? He feels good about himself, good. Because he feels it's his headspace of enjoying a selfish, self-centered. That's not Judaism. That's not Judaism. Okay, any questions? Okay. We definitely have to do something with the kids. Right? Done. But it's serious. What can you do? What you can do is goodness, kindness. Last night, what did I do? The kids that played the ball, what did I do with them? I lined them up. I made them say Tehillim. They took their gave them candles, right? If you get in with the bal tigers, they like to run after the ball and score. So they substitute another time. There's nothing else we can do. Hitting the kids, nothing happens. Beating them up to the pole. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, they listen. Out again, they're out. And they're kids, they're alive. How could you have to win them over? You have to get this is more positive. You have to get high. You have to get life, the positive. You have to work with their positive qualities. There's no other way. There's no way. But goodness, as we said, somebody said to me, I don't want to mention the name, that just like we have a camp, the mates we got to have a camp where you want for these kids to give them the positive, the love, the chayim, the ruchni, in order to have these kids to grow. And you find out about, changes the whole picture. And it says in Mesilas Yesharim, Chelik Anova, involved in Anova, one of our great rabbis thought that he was an Anov. Thought that he was an Anov. Thank you. He thought that he was a... You know, in my office, your office, there's a Mesilas Yesharim in English. Acharei rov avnosa motza shadayin l'gil liyos royli korona. Rabbi Avo, one of our great rabbis. I got it, it's okay. Amar Avo, mireish have amina avnosa ano. Rabbi Avo, one of our great Amoraim, looked at himself, checked himself, learned Musa. He said, I'm an Onov. Kivan de chazino Rav Abba, de Akko, de Omar, Ihu, Chad time of Omar Amorohe Chad time, play copied, Amina Lav Amnosana. After one of the rabbis, Rav Abba of Akko, he gave a lecture, and his Maturgaman, the one that translated it, did not translate it properly, and he didn't get excited. Then he understood that he wasn't a no-no. Now, it's a person can be all his life in a dream world, thinking that he's religious, he's a tzaddik, and he's pure and holy. And then he sees another person's action, and he realizes that where is he holding on to? He's now nowhere there. And perhaps if he would do certain research work, he'd find out that there were other reasons what he did it for. And that would change the whole picture. There are many facts that you find out later. If you knew that fact, or somebody had that fact, it changes the whole story. Rabbi Davis used to tell us a story that from Brighton, if you have a man who's a insurance man, and he wants to sell you insurance, so he goes out of his way. He sees you in the rain, walking down the street. He stops and, come into my car. He gives you a lift, sends you shalach manas, gives you a cover. He's nice and kind to you. And then later on, he says to you, "How about buying insurance?" And the man who you helped out says, "No, I'm sorry, I don't want to buy insurance." So does he say, I was really foolish of me to pick the guy up, I want to be kind to him and nice to him, just I wasn't smart enough. Let's say the same man just did the chesed kindly. Reuven picks Shimon up again, gives him shalach manas, And then Reuven asked Shimon, listen, I need your help to do something for me. And Shimon says, no. What does he say? That kofi tov, what he did. The fact that you did the same thing and you wanted to get reward for it, or to hustle him for a deal to make money, or covered, whatever it may be. That hustle that you're making in relationship to the person changes the whole story. He used to give that as an example. But there are many examples you could think of, I could think of, which I don't want to say, that one little fact changes the story. A man works all his life and he finds out that's not his kid. One little fact. One little fact. Or many stories. Why is this person being so nice and kind? And from your point of view, it's only a hustle. So how do you look at the guy? Is he a nice guy or just a hustler? Shimon looking at Reuven. And then there's ourselves viewing ourselves who we are. We think we are tzaddikim, anovim. And then we find out that it's not the story. It's not the story. And Hashem makes life at a certain point of truth. A person has to face truth. He has to face. Hashem gives a man enough rope and time. If he's searching, to search about truth, he finds about himself, the truth about himself, and the truth about different stories, what is. So Devarim is a time when Moshe Rabbeinu was talking to Klal Yisrael. And in a few words, but a remez, he talks a little musar and tells over. And that little bit is what we have to understand in a nutshell. What does he say? What does Hashem want from us? And how to change ourselves? We're now in a hard period. We're involved in just before Tisha B'Av. And everything looks rosy. But down deep, why are we in Golos? So we think we're in Golos, we're doing this and that, and things are good, and learning. But in the other way, how does Hashem look? If we were really worthy, why don't we have the Beis HaMikdash? Why aren't we the way we should be? So therefore, these are the weeks, it's not the weeks, it's only days left for ourselves to make a reckoning. Not to look at things superficially, to get a little deeper. And to look into ourselves and do we have avas achim? Do we have sinas chinam? Are we what we're supposed to be or do what we're supposed to do? And then we have the summer to get our strength together. A little tshuva has boded us on ourselves to be ready for Elul, to be ready for Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. Hashem has his ways. Rav Avu, one of our great rabbis, thought, Acharov Avanoso, Motzetain Lo Higia. He was a big honor, very big honor. He checks himself out. He was priding himself. He goes out of his way. He's machanic himself to be an honor. And then we find out he's nowhere near there. Man thinks he's L'Shem Shamayim. He's good. He's a good father. He's a good husband. He's a good Talmud. He's a good this. In the end, he finds out. And this is the thing we have to. We think we're okay. Everything's wonderful. But then we turn around and say, where's the Beis HaMikdash? I'm okay. My wife's no good. I'm okay. The husband, the children, everybody blames him. I'm okay. So if you're so okay, where's the Beis HaMikdash? Maybe. Same thing to me. Where is the Beis Hamikdash? How come this? How come that? Ah, you're not okay? We'll step on you. You're no good. I knew you're no good. That's not the way. But I mean, say everybody has to improve it. You got to know who you are and what you are. That's what you have to do. The Almighty is great. The Almighty is good to us. The Almighty loves us. The Almighty wants us to do tshuva. And He gives us this period of time that we have to do tshuva. And Yitz Hashem, you have to do it. I didn't say anything special. I wanted to say a little more. I can't Megala, but that's how it is. I wanted to say this word in your bris about another. A little more details. But today, imagine having a friend, kind, and then you find out he's a spy. Working for the Germans, for the Russians, but anyways, the Arabs. Same thing, it's like, false illusion. Thought he's a nice guy, he's selfish, or whatever it is. And about yourself too, I'm okay, and you find out. And that's really what it's about now. All year long, the Almighty makes an nest, we feel we're okay, and it comes Tisha B'Av. He's telling us that it's not okay. Anyway, we got to rectify it. Tisha B'Av, according to the Gemara. One day will be a happy occasion. This time when everybody will do tshuva and bring the Gula Man. So we'll Kaddish.
Rabbi Shmuz's Tisha B'Av night. Rabbi speaking. Year 5750. 1990. The 9th of Av.
I want to tell you what the buzzword will be tonight. It's Rachamim in Din. Rachamim in Din. This is a Jewish concept. Among the Goyim, we don't find it. Where is... Among the Goyim, you have it's polarized. Either black or white. Either you have schar or you have onesh. Either you're very good or you're bad. And if Hashem punishes, how can a person but not accept the punishment? And the Jewish people have a concept called Rachamim and Din. And we find it all together in the Eicha, and this is the hope that we have that the Almighty still loves us, and He really loves us. So able to take our punishment. So Shiloh, what is the punishment? It's an onesh or is it a tikkun? that doesn't stop us when we receive our onesh, and since we're very sensitive, we still recognize what is an onesh, and we cry, we feel the pains, because we have to live it. And even though we have periods of time where Hashem has Rachmanis to us, either from himself a Rachmanis or some schusim that we have, we have to know that basically we sinned, and all those tragedies that happened to Jewish people, with the destruction of the temple, with all the troubles historically the Jewish people had, the Spanish Inquisition and the Crusaders, and the Jews in Russia were taken to the army, children taken away from their parents, and culminating to the 6 million Jews being killed, all the anti-Semitism in the world. So we recognize and we live through very hard times. And just picture a parent, a young couple getting married, they have all the hopes of the future, and the wife, 9 months, goes through a hard pregnancy, and the child is born. In those days, the birth was quite difficult. The woman put herself in danger. And they had to work hard to get parnasa, to feed the child. The child is raised up. The child loves Torah. And he sings sweetly the songs in the shul. And all of a sudden, as he gets old, he's snatched away by the Cossacks. But the child is raised up, and in comes the Crusaders, and they just wipe out communities. And Jews have to run from place to place. I heard a story just, today is Monday, starting Tuesday. I heard the story on Sunday. I heard it on Shabbos. A neighbor next to us comes from Morocco, and they had to run away from Morocco, and they left their daughter, one of their daughters, by a relative, and it's already almost 20 years later, and the girl came from Morocco to France, Israel, and they're reuniting the family. I mean, like, it brings back the tragedy of people had to run away, and they didn't know where they were or what happened, and it happens in our day too. And all these tragedies that there are, how can a parent not cry? You have the famous story of Shach, the loss of his daughter, and he finds her. There's many, many stories in Jewish history, and each family in periods of time had tragedies. In today's world we have assimilation, and this is all golus, all because we sinned and we accept upon our onesh. The Almighty has mercy upon us, and we see punishment. We see the Jewish people have tragedy after tragedy. But all the tragedy gives a little space. He has a little mercy in the tragedy, a little rachmanis in the din. 6 million Jews were killed. The American Jewry were not. Some people were saved. Some Jews in Russia weren't. In Israel they weren't. We weren't totally destroyed. Rachmanis in din. But we have to know that the din comes down. When the din comes down, it's a tragedy. How can you not cry for the 6 million Jews? How can you not cry for those Jewish people
who were raised up as Jews, and then the Cossacks came. Or those Jewish people were communities totally destroyed in Germany and in Spain, and there's a lot of tragedies of the Jews also all over the world. Anti-Semitism. Story after story after story after story. And each story is a tragedy. Each story there's tears. Golus. So the din of din is very strong. How can we not cry? How can we not feel? How can we not understand our own plight? But with it all, it's not despair. Because the Goyim, Christianity is one, everything is doomed and black. How can the Jewish people bounce back so quickly? How can they take all those pressures, all those tragedies? How can we withstand today against all those Arabs around us? Assimilation in America, in France, all over the world. Even the Jews that are coming from Russia today, they say that a very high percentage are intermarried. How do you know who's a mamzer? How do you know what's what? Who's their parents, who their grandparents are? These are real serious problems in Klal Yisrael. And how can we not cry? How can we not feel those pains of destruction of the Holy of Holies, going out to Golus, the spirituality? We agree there's a state of Israel. We're thankful. But that's not a replacement for the Kodshe Kodshe. It's not a replacement for Kedushas